Detective Comics issue 1032 finds Hush welcome the waking Bat family back to reality, remembering an old Greek quote about how the youth are easily deceived. He knows it's true since he was once young like the heroes, thinking that if he worked hard towards a goal, it would all work out, but now he knows hope is just for fools. And being a surgeon, he thought he would understand that, but he knows that at the time he was blind to the obvious. Hush reveals that he has paralyzed all of the heroes' vocal cords since none of them need a speaking role in this play, and they are just to listen to him. As he retrieves a book from the shelf, he knows their detective brains are working overtime to try and figure out what's happening, so he'll just tell them. Tommy reveals that with all the drama in Gotham, he decided to make his move by taking out Bruce's foot soldiers, the Bat family. He says Bruce has taken a lot from him, as shown by some of the pictures the villain has placed around the theater, and therefore he is going to take a lot from him, beginning with Red Hood. He draws some of Jason's blood, wanting to find out its type, so when he sells their organs and body parts, they go to the right people. Batman meanwhile continues his search for Robin, using the lead that Damian didn't wipe his feet before entering the cave, which Bruce picked up on, and thanks to the tiny piece of paper that Damian left behind, he found it led him to Gotham World's Fair. Heading to the abandoned fair, Bruce carefully infiltrates the possible trap-laden lair, finding his son's base of operations and living quarters. He finds the black casebook along with a bunch of photos of Alfred, making Bruce realize how blind he is to Damian's suffering after Alfred's death, since the man was more of a father to him than Bruce ever was. He thinks that maybe Damian can be Robin again, as suddenly Damian attacks his father, angered Bruce is touching his things. Damian viciously beats his father again and again, throwing him around the room as Bruce says that he's come to talk, but knows Damian didn't, and the boy mocks his father's powers of perception. Damian throws some rubble at his father, who easily sweeps it away, knowing his only power is feeding Damian's anger towards him, wondering why, if the boy is trying to keep his distance from the family, did he come back to steal the black casebook, since he doesn't have anything to prove to him now. Bruce says that he loves his son, but sometimes he truly doesn't like him because of the choices he makes. He grabs his son's head, slamming it into the ground, demanding that he sit down, but Damian grabs him with his legs, swinging him out of the window. Both Waynes fall out of the building and into the one below, landing on a model of the city. Bruce asks if his son is done taking swings at him, but Damian knows that he's not, but he'll stop now. In Gotham Village, Chris Nakano tells his wife that there is nothing good about this morning, since he can't watch the news without getting a headache. His wife tells him to stop procrastinating and putting off his appointment that he's already cancelled twice. She says that this was all his idea and he needs to make a choice now, so Chris makes one, heading to the doctor's office to get his new prosthetic eye. The doctor asks him to take off his eye patch, but Chris hesitates, telling his wife that he's grown accustomed to it, and in a strange way, it makes him feel stronger and more confident and like someone else, almost like he's wearing a mask. His wife tells him they all wear different masks every day and only the strong have no fear to be shown who they truly are. Chris takes his eye patch off, ready for the doctor to proceed. The doctor begins installing the new eye, telling him he might feel some discomfort. Chris notes how the craftsmanship on the eye is amazing, and the doctor knows he expects nothing less of Bruce Wayne, who paid for the upgraded eye. Chris hits the doctor away, demanding the eye be taken out. The doctor obliges, extracting the eye as Chris says that he'll not be bought and won't let the rich control his decisions if he becomes mayor. He smashes the eye on the ground before leaving the doctor's office with his wife. Batman and Damian meanwhile race across the city, since upon finding Damian, Batman sent out a call to the family to tell him he was okay, but received no answer since their comms were all dead, which means they are now missing. Damian agreed to join his father to help his friends, squeezing Gotham hard to learn the whereabouts of the family as Hush sets up a buyer for the family's organs. Making a sale, Hush gets ready to operate on Red Hood as Batman and Damian learn who has their family, making them move quicker to save their friends from the psycho. Hush reveals that he won't be using regular anesthesia since that would leave a paper trail and he can't have that, so the family won't be completely under while he's harvesting from them, but they should not feel any pain. Batman and Damian soon arrive at their target, readying to confront Hush and save the Bat family. Detective Comics issue 1032 continued the rather disappointing shift change into a story about Hush as Batman continues to track down his son while Hush's plans for the family are revealed. I really do dislike the change in story here, and there's one of two things that could have happened. Either Tomasi got bored of the new character he made in the mirror and wanted to do a Hush story, or he was made to by editorial, and it kind of feels like a little bit of an editorial shift, since this Hush plot has literally nothing to do with the anti-vigilante plot we've been building towards. It was such a sudden change as well, and as I said in past reviews, had it been revealed that Mira was working for Hush, or was Hush's stepsister Catherine that Damian found, it would have been fine, but here it's pretty much revealed both plots were as separate as they can be, and we just moved on to the Hush story since people recognize that character and he sells well when he's on book covers, I guess. The Nakano stuff, however, continues to be a highlight of this series, and I really enjoy watching this guy try and weave his way through Gotham as a good guy, but Gotham is slowly swallowing him up and he's trying everything to resist it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what becomes of the character moving forward, since no doubt he will become mayor, so I'm intrigued to see what will happen with that. I'm going to give this issue a 5 out of 10.